Due to some violent content, parental discretion.
I haven't pissed anything. I mean, like, venereal diseases and stuff.
Have you ever run across a toilet that's too nasty to piss in? You're like standing there going, I can't take this. Just looking. You're not sitting down or anything.
Afraid something's going to crawl up it, up the stream.
I know, just it being so nasty that you can't. It's like, oh my God.
My one roommate at the time, my house, he was renting a room for me, and he had a bladder infection or kidney infection or something, and he was taking this medicine, and it turned his pee like bright yellow orange or something. Yeah. And he said one night because we all sit around drinking stuff, he was going to put that in my drink and have me freak out the next morning.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
No, not cool at all. Cool. Well, he's dead, so it doesn't matter.
No. Well, he,
yeah.
No, I'm kidding. I was going to say, no, it's okay.
What do you mean it's
Stephanie's taken that stuff before because women get that kind of crap all the time because they're, putting things in there they shouldn't, but, but yes, she's like, it's the first time she ever took it. They didn't warn her about it. They didn't tell her.
Isn't there something on the label that would say something like that? No.
Well, if you ask the pharmacist, they'll tell you, but, she had to look up the side effects of it, and that was one of them. But
speaking of, go ahead.
You first see that going, oh my God.
I don't know what this thing is. I think it's a strip show, dance show.
Work there, dude.
Welcome to DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, I had a Bud Light and the world changed for me. Also, does your insurance company cover meteor damage? And have we solved the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle? And move over, police dogs. Cows are the new hunters. All this and much more will be discussed here on DeaconLive. How are you? How are things? How are things going? And in the studio this week, joining us from the This Is 50 podcast, we have Shayne McManus. Shayne, how are you?
What's up?
How are you, man? You doing all right?
I'm hanging in there.
You sound excited to be here.
I am. It's like I had to take the chains off.
So tell us about what the This Is 50 podcast is all about, since you're guest hosting on this week's show of DeaconLive.
Well, This Is 50 is kind of, it's a different kind of, people our age, there's a lot of podcasts out there just kind of rehashing 80s music and 80s culture and all that kind of stuff, just reliving their past. And we do that to some extent, but most of it is, people our age and what we're going through, physically, mentally, emotionally, all the crazy stuff. Some of it's serious, some of it's not, but it's just basically going through, everyday life experiences of people who are our age that just happen to grew up in the 80s.
So do you consider yourself, being that you're 50, do you consider yourself a wiser person than the average Joe that's out there?
Nah, I'm probably dumber than I've ever been.
Sounds very entertaining. And you can be found on iHeart, Spotify, and all those other podcatchers out there. And that's Shayne with This Is 50 podcast. Well, welcome to the show. We're going to have a blast today. We're going to get you a review on the AK6 headphones and stuff by gizmoleague.com. So we'll check that out. So stick around for that later on in the show. But right now, Shayne, guess what?
What's that? I
am going on vacation. It's the first time since 2019 that I am going on vacation. When's the last time? Well, I don't know if you remember that little make-believe stuff that they had. It was called COVID 19 or something like that. That was making everyone stay at home. They were watching their TVs. I think it was a new sitcom or something everyone was watching.
Oh, it was a designer disease. I think it was.
Yeah, that's probably what it was. But, they told everyone to stay home, do all that stuff. And so since 2019, like probably most of the world, if they weren't already on vacation or doing vacations, Most of us have not gone on vacations. Now, I know when they opened up the doors, the floodgates went out. You know, the cruise liners were like going, hey, buy one, get one free days on our cruises. Airplane tickets and stuff were like cheap. They wanted you to get your ass back in the seats and travel around the country.
And make them money.
Well, yes, because they were, you know, being affected just like everyone else. So this is the first time we've been on vacation since 2019. And you say why it took so long, because everything's been opened already. We just haven't figured out a way. Well, how do I put this? We just haven't had time together with the last 3 years. We lost her grandmother. We lost my mother. And then the process of what comes, the baggage or the responsibilities of taking care of, you know, the grandmother loss and my mother being lost and all the stuff that goes with it. It just kind of puts you out of vacation mode. You really just don't feel like going anywhere because you kind of feel guilty. You know, you don't want to go, okay, celebration of life when you're just, you know, closing the door and shutting the book on that chapter of those people's life. So we just really couldn't get in the groove of it. So this right now, my wife goes, damn it, we are, you know, dart at a map. Where do you want to go? I said, let's go somewhere for 4 days and get an Airbnb and just relax and just enjoy each other. And so we're going to Savannah, Georgia. I don't know if you've been there before. Have you been there, Shayne?
30, 40 times.
Really? Like in the historical district of Savannah, Georgia?
Yeah, we used to, when I was in the military, we were, we were stationed in Charleston, South Carolina, which is like an hour and a half away from Savannah. So, and those cities are pretty much the same. So to get a break from Charleston, we would go to Savannah. That makes sense, doesn't it?
Well, it's like going from Orlando, because I was born and raised in Florida. It's like going to from Tampa to St. Pete. It's basically the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we're going to Savannah. Now, we have been to Charleston, and it actually, scary enough, is we went right after that Charleston shooting. I think we went like 6 months later.
Oh, you would have been, there wasn't, see, there's nothing to worry about if you go somewhere right after something happens, because that means you got at least another good 10, 20 years before it happens again. Well, so that's the best time to go. I know, but I mean, you have to kind of watch what you say and who you talk to, and, you know, hey, people are dying to get in this restaurant, and everyone's like, oh, you know, gasp and clutching the, you know, oh my God. Too soon?
Yeah, too soon. So we've been to Charleston. It was nice. We did, what did we do? We did a lot of stuff, a lot of walking, a lot of shopping, a little bit of drinking, and I'm just looking forward to food. I want to eat. We live out here on, 20 some odd acres. We have no restaurants around us. We just want to get out and enjoy the nightlife or even the afternoon life. So,
yeah, there's plenty to do. There's plenty of that kind of stuff, bars on the rivers, and the scenery and the ambiance and all that good stuff. So yeah, you'll have plenty of places. Go to Paula Dean's place.
Oh, where's Paula Dean's place? Oh, I don't like her kind of cooking though, because she puts butter on everything, which is fine. I just don't like her fat fucking face. I think when I see her face, believe it or not, Paula Dean, I don't know if many of you guys out there remember this, but Paula Dean came out with her own brand of ham, and there was a video. People were like, and Paula Dean's got her new Paula Dean ham, spiral cut and honey glaze, blah, blah, blah. Perfect for this time of year. And she's in the warehouse doing something like loading the boxes with the ham. So she's like, hi, I'm here. These are my hams. And she's throwing it in the box. Well, you ever seen when they throw the fish at like the fish markets, they kind of chuck it across the aisleway, and the other guy on the other side catches it with like a newspaper or something like that? Yeah. So they're actually like kind of softballing her these hams, and she's grabbing them and throwing them in the bucket, and she turns around, there's another ham right there. Oh God. And it's getting faster and faster. Sure enough, one pops her right on the side of the fucking head and knocks her out. And I go, here's where you guys messed up. Paula Dean should stand up and go, buy my ham. It's the one with my face on it, because she just got popped in the face, and her ham anyways. That's a long joke that I went there. But anyways, so I since that incident, I just can't look at her the same. Well, I guarantee you, if you found a Paula Dean ham in the middle of the apocalypse, you'd eat that sumbitch. So just go down there. She's not going to be there. Trust me. All right. Well, you're not going to have to deal with her at all. So, we just want to go out and enjoy some nightlife, see some scenery, see some history, which is Savannah, and just eat some good food and have some cocktails and stuff and enjoy the nightlife.
Yeah, well, I mean, to be honest with you, we never did the nightlife thing. It was usually just like a day trip or something, just riding around looking, just to get out of the house. We were poor. So we couldn't afford to go.
Amy was looking up, my wife was looking up that they had like some kind of free bus where you can kind of jump on and off as you want. So I'm looking forward to that because, we'll drive the big Chevy Silverado 2500 down there. Hopefully
we're here.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll have some place to park that thing. And we are bringing our beloved Cookie Puss, who is a 13-and-a-half-year-old bulldog. And
God, you got a wagon for that thing you're going to drag her around in?
Well, she sleeps all day like most bulldogs do. They just lay around and sleep all day. And since she's 13, she really doesn't get out and move. She goes out to go to the bathroom and then comes back. But the thing is, this is my brand new truck, and we're putting an animal in there that has hair, and I don't want hair like getting stuck. Now, the seats are all leather and everything, but the carpet, I don't want it to get stuck in the carpet. So we're going to wrap Cookie up in like a swaddle so she can't shed anywhere and just put her in her bed behind the back seat. So
I was going to say, just what we usually do is like put a blanket on the floor, then put a bed up in the seat. And if they don't move around the truck very much, then you're not going to get anything in there. But they make these little thing called vacuum cleaners. They just suck it right out of there.
It never,
if you get a good one.
Never works. Never gets every last bit of hair. I don't want dog stink in there. I just gave her a bath. She smells like lavender, but I don't want dog stink in that brand new truck. I don't even like my stink in there.
Yeah, I know. Well, just remember, most of Savannah is haunted.
Is it really? So that should be fun. So I can do some haunted walks and stuff. They had that in St. Augustine, then I got kind of like commercialized and stuff. So we'll see. Yeah. So we'll go see some sights and have some fun. And like I said, eat, drink, and be merry and enjoy my wife and I. We don't get to see each other too much. Even on the weekend, she's out riding horses and stuff. So it'll be me and her and Cookie Puss. And Cookie Puss will stay inside all day long and sleep and snore and fart and pee. And my wife and I will be out doing that as well, I guess, in the same sense.
Yeah, well, she'll be tired of you by Monday afternoon.
I'm sure. All right, guys, stick around. Lots to get into. And I think I've solved the mystery behind the Bermuda Triangle. If I could say it right, I'll tell you exactly what happened. Stick around. You'll listen to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. You okay?
Yeah, nose is running now for some stupid reason. I get a plethora of bodily functions while all this is going on.
I'm dying over here.
Are you there?
Yeah. Sorry, I was pulling articles.
You're way behind, and okay, you're way behind. Well, that must have slowed your internet down because you were way behind.
Yeah, I know. It does that when I pull the articles because they've got all this fucking clickbait videos playing all at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see how it goes. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all your social networks. And the way you do that is go over to Prophet Radio, Prophet Radio. Click on social contacts. And while you're there, you want something for free? Well, we will give you something for free, but you got to do me a favor. You got to click on that Be Heard section. It says it's a little blue bar at the very bottom right-hand side of the page. Click Be Heard. Speak right into the microphone. You can be anonymous if you want. And it comes right here on the podcast. You can be podcast famous with us. And while you're over there at Prophet Radio, get yourself some free swag. Fill out that little form there. It's just Prophet Radio. Prophet Radio's way of saying thank you for listening to us. Proud sponsor of Deacon Live. And joining us here in the studio, we have from This Is 50 Podcast, we have Shayne McManus. How are you, Shayne?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing all right. So have you ever been around the Bermuda Triangle at all?
No, I've been over it.
Has anything like weird happened? The whole mystery about the Bermuda Triangle says, that they think it's run by aliens. They think this is happening or that's happening. There's like a magnetic force that sucks you in and ships get lost and planes get lost. Have you ever had anything weird happen to you while you were flying over the Bermuda Triangle?
No, not that I can think of. I mean, maybe some turbulence or something like that, but I'm not up in there in the cockpit, so I don't get to see anything going on.
As a little kid, my mom and dad did a South American tour. Left me at home. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Left me home with the aunts and uncles. They did the South American tour for 2 weeks, and they flew over the Bermuda Triangle. And my mom was like, we flew over your dad's watch stopped. I'm 5 years old. I'm like, really? And yeah, your dad's watch stopped and the lights went off in the plane. And she's just, snowballing this whole lie and everything. So like my whole entire life until I was able to realize that, my mom was just pulling my chain. But right now they're in Key Largo, Florida, university professor. That's not what I want. Wrong article. Scratch that. Let's go back to this one. These fucking ads, I swear to God. Pick any one of the more 50 ships and 20 planes that have disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle in the last century. Each one has a story without an ending, leading to literally a conspiracy of theories about the disappearance in the area. Marked roughly by Florida, Bermuda, and the Great Antilles, Australian scientist Carl Kerninsky nailed it. Yep. Along with the United States-owned National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association, don't describe the Bermuda Triangle as a superstitious repetition. But both have been saying for years that has been really no Bermuda Triangle mystery at all. In fact, the loss and disappearance of ships and planes are a mere fact of possibilities. There is no evidence that the mysterious disappearance occur in any great frequency in the Bermuda Triangle than any other larger area of land traveled by these ships or planes as well. Since 2017, Kerninsky has been saying the same thing. He told The Independent that the sheer volume of traffic in a tricky area to navigate, no less, shows the number of ships and planes that go missing in the Bermuda Triangle as same as anywhere else on the percentage basis. So what they're saying is, just because of the way the Bermuda Triangle and the way it sits, you got Bermuda, the Great Antilles, and you got Florida. That is a major highway because there's a Gulf Stream. When you leave Miami, you grab that Gulf Stream and you're heading out over to go to Europe. And, trades and stuff for many years, that was the big stream coming through from Europe, coming down into Florida. For example, where did, Ponce de Leon, where did he land? He landed somewhere in St. Augustine. So he had to come through those islands and stuff and landed over there in Florida. So they're just saying that there's no real mystery or anything about the Bermuda Triangle. It's just a coincidence that that's a high traffic area. Kind of like on what's a road around here, Shayne, where there's just always accidents.
Oh, 77, 85, 485.
So, there's more accidents on those highways and stuff rather than like the street down from you, down on the corner of 5th and Main. You don't see a whole lot of accidents down there. They're always on highways because they're popularly traveled. So that's what Australian scientists, what was his name? Jesus Christ. Did I close it out? No,
I don't think that was it. Carl
Kerninsky. That's what he's saying. So did you ever have any conspiracies or anything like that, or you just thought it was all hooey?
I don't know. It's kind of like Bigfoot. You want it to be real, but I don't think that it is. I just think it's a bunch of...
In quotations, I don't think it's real.
Yeah. It's kind of... I agree with the sheer volume of airplanes and boats that make it through there on a daily basis versus the ones that don't. It's probably just a bunch of drunk captains and pilots.
Like the Valdez driver over there, just smacking into Alaska up there and spilling shit all over the place.
Yeah, I think that it's just you're going to have a certain number of accidents or disappearances. Great big ocean. If something goes down, whether it's a plane or a boat, you're not going to find it.
But think about
there's your disappearance.
Yeah, exactly. But think about when's the last time we quote unquote had a plane or something disappear? Maybe World War II, era. But think about it this way. How far have we come along with technology? Radars and just surveillance and anything like that has improved over the years. If it's a friggin' highway traffic, there were things probably bumping into each other and hitting, running aground or flying in the wrong direction and just being lost. We haven't heard about anything Like since what? 2000 or not 2000, 1960s, 70s, maybe. Have we lost something? You never heard a news report about it.
Well, the thing about it is now there is, I can tell you for sure that there is such thing as magnetic polarity and things that will mess with your instruments and in airplanes and
your cell phones,
watches and stuff like that.
Yeah. Turn your cell phones off. It'll ruin the navigation. We're going to go right into the ocean.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you can pull up,
pull up, beep, pull up.
But you can, there might be like an extra clump of magnetic interference in that part of the ocean for whatever reason, but I doubt it. I just, like I said, I think it's just people having a good time and going into work drunk and paying the price for it.
I don't know about that, but anyways, I think this guy right here, this guy probably goes into work drunk every day. A Florida man living underwater won't resurface even after breaking the record. In Key Largo, a university professor broke the record for the longest time living underwater without depressurization this week at the Florida Keys Lodge for scuba divers. Joseph Deturi, 74. Oh, 74.
Nailed it again.
What?
Nailed the name again.
I know, these names. I was never hooked on phonics. His 74th day residing in Jules Undersea Lodge, situated at the bottom of a 30-foot deep lagoon in Key Largo, wasn't much different from his previous days since he's been submerged since March 1st. Deturi, who also goes by the moniker Dr. Deep Sea, ate a protein-heavy meal of eggs and salmon prepared using a microwave, using resistance bands to exercise, daily push-ups, and took hour-long naps. God, what a cushy job he's got going down there trying to break a record underseas. Unlike a submarine.
No wonder he doesn't want to leave.
Yeah, he's all by himself. Leave me alone, crotchety old man. Unlike a submarine, the lodge does not use technologies to adjust or increase for water pressure. The previous record of 73 days, 2 hours, and 34 minutes was set by Tennessee professor Bruce Cantrell and Jessica Fain at the same location in 2014. But Deturi isn't just settling for the record and resurfacing. He plans on lodging all the way till June 9th, which puts him at 100 days. The mission combines medical and ocean researches along with educational outreach, was organized by the Marine Resource Development Foundation, owner of the habitat. So he's down there. He'll get out, what did I say, June 9th or something like that. So he's down there living in the ocean, underground, in this big, huge capsule or something. You guys can't see the picture here, but it's a big old, you ever seen 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea? You know, that big submarine that they kind of had? It kind of looks like that. Big old circle glass. He's kind of looking out at it. He looks like the lead singer of Nickelback, by the way. So
no,
he's got that. Yeah, Chad Kroeger.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, he's probably staying down there because he doesn't have any friends.
Oh, don't make fun of Nickelback that way. Would you live down under the sea for that long?
If I didn't have anything else to do, probably. Why not?
But what about like claustrophobic and the fear of if something happens, these walls are, would you get like cabin fever and you start looking around and thinking these walls are getting closer and closer and you're like going, get me out of here?
If you don't have claustrophobia, no.
Shane, you'd just be happy if you had an Xbox down there.
I mean, chances of an eagle diving out of the air and cutting your jugular are just as high.
Is it really, Shane? Do you have the stats on that?
I do. It's eagleattacks.com.
All right, I'll look that up. All right, guys, stick around when we come back. Speaking of attacks, eagle attacks, GizmoLeague.com has lent myself and Shane a pair of their brand new headphones, earbuds, and also a sleep mask that has earbuds in it. And we're going to review those and give an update on what we found out. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back.
Are you going to unbox your set on the air?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have yours still? You have a set there with you?
Yeah, I've got this stuff right here in front of me. Let us direct you to our Supreme account holder.
Oh, Mr. McManus, please, this way. Please follow us.
Can we pour you some Don Perignon?
Some Don Pigeon Don?
Don Perignon. You ever had any of that, by the way?
Yeah, it's horrible. I prefer Cristal.
Okay.
If you do them side by side, yeah, Dom Perignon is very, very dry, very, very dry. Cristal is it's a champagne, but it's got a little bit more of a fruit flavor or a little bit more of a aroma to it. As the Dom Perignon's very dry.
So it's just the name.
Well, I mean,
Status symbol.
I don't know what the fuck it is, but yeah.
I hate champagne.
Oh, it'll fuck you up quick. Woo, man. 3 glasses, I'm fucking woo.
See, that's no fun.
I know. Well, 3 glasses snuck up on me. I did 1. I was like going, Dad, this is nothing. Give me another one, 2. And I'm like going, this is pretty good. Let's keep the party going. 3.
That's kind of like moonshine. Like the real thing.
Yeah. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome to completely blew that one out of the water. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Don't forget, for every podcast we have a matching video, and the way you see that video is go over to YouTube, search Deacon Live Podcast, and you can see everything that's going on here in the studios, all the visuals that are going on, and you can see me waving the camera. Hopefully you guys are waving back to me. Make sure you like and subscribe over there. I'm not doing it for the money. I just want to give you guys another media source to where you actually see what's going on here on the podcast, and you can also see our very own co-host for this week's show, the co-host of This Is 50 podcast. We have Shayne McManus here in the studio. How are you, Shayne?
Great. I'm still here.
Yes, good job. So
He's managed to hold me for 2 whole segments.
So GizmoLeague.com, that's GizmoLeague.com, has sent us a whole bunch of earbuds and headphones and these sleep masks that have earbuds in them. And last week, Shayne, you did a review on them as far as the actual structure of them.
It was more like an unboxing.
Yeah.
Instead of not a review, an unboxing, and just kind of checking things out.
Well, like the actual structure of them. So I have here in my hand, this is the headband. I'm going to open up here in just 1 sec if I can get this pen to work. And I also have...
What color you got there?
I got black. I got the black headband. So I'm going to open this up. So here's the headband. Oh, shit. Why did you tell me something's going to fall out? Oh, this is the charging station, the little charging cord. And
be careful. It has a charging cord that's going to fall out.
Thanks for the heads up on that. And here's looks like the volume. And I can feel there's like these little about size of a quarter disc in the things there. But that's the headband. And I've got 6 packs of these. And these are the headphones we're going to talk about first. Now, I'm going to unbox mine. Tell me what you used them for, the set that you got. Tell me what you used them for, how they worked out. Were they good? Were they bad? And just be totally honest of what you got while I unbox this.
Okay. Well, to no fault of...
Sorry, I'm making noises here. Sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. To no fault of Gizmo League, their product is only compatible with 3.5 millimeter jack. So for me, I'm an iPhone user. I'm somewhat limited as to how I can use these things. I wanted to try them out, mowing the grass, just everyday use, walking around. But I was limited to how I could use them, like I said. So I plugged them into the car. I still have a 3.5 millimeter jack in the car.
Why would you have a headphone jack for your car?
Well,
that's just weird.
Well, it's actually an aux cord plug-in. Okay. But if you plug a 3.5 millimeter jack in there for headphones, it'll still work.
Oh, okay.
It'll do the same thing. So I just wanted to get some input on the sound quality. So I said that to say this: if you are a user, an iPhone user, or you don't have a 3.5 millimeter jack, if you still have like an MP3 player, an old iPod, or something like that, you have to have a 3.5 millimeter jack. So that's going to be a restriction for you.
Okay. Now I've got
basically just riding around in the car
and listening to them.
Yeah.
So I've got looks like green. I've got green here.
Ooh, nice.
And
I do like their colors.
And I have my my Tascam headset on that I have now that we use here in the studio. I'm going to take these off. Shayne, keep going on while I take my headphones off because I'm going to plug these in my ear at the same time. Okay, so tell us
Okay.
what you found out about when you're driving around in your car.
Okay. So, like I said before, you're restricted with the 3.5 millimeter jack, which, you know, some people still have older phones, and that's fine. You still have various devices that you can still plug a 3.5 millimeter jack into, but these are not for you if you don't have that jack. As far as sound quality goes, now these are not going to be for your audio files. They're not the highest sound quality. They're more on the treble side. But just in your everyday listening, like I said, if you have that jack on your phone and you want to use these mowing the grass or, you know, just doing everyday things, and you're not so worried about if they fall out and break, for the price point, the sound is good.
Okay. I've got oh geez, I'm really loud on my headset now. I've got these in my ears now, and they fit good. I don't have the wraparound thing. It does have the little wraparound thing that keeps them snug on your ears, and the sound is crisp. The sound is in my opinion, these are $20 head or earbuds. And if you go to gizmoleague.com, there's a little moth flying around here. I'm going to smack them. If you go to gizmoleague.com and on checkout, put DeaconLive, all one word, you get 10% off. So that knocks them down to about $18-something. Free shipping, by the way, on these. These actually sound not bad in my studio. I mean, they sound good. Now, granted, these headphones that I use here in the studio, these are $200 headphones, but they are designed to be $200 headphones. These headphones.
Well, that was my point when you were hooking everything up, is that these are not going to be for audiophiles. You know, the people that like, you know, the highs, the lows, the mids, all of that good stuff, and they're not. Of course, you know, they don't cost as much as that kind of stuff does. So these are kind of your just everyday kind of headphones for me, or earbuds for me. Then if you drop them and break them, or they get chewed up or something, then, you know, the price point is good enough to where you can just go buy you another pair and it won't sting as bad.
So these are actually designed a little bit more as I'm diving into it, and I'm talking to the owner of gizmoleague.com. He says that these are actually designed more for gaming. So if you've got, you know, your little controller, like your Xbox controller or your PS4 or PS5, and the headphones, like the Bluetooth headphones that you get, especially if you're, Shayne, you play online games all the time, and you play with these kids that you know, these teenage kids, or even kids that are in, you know, 10, 11 years old, and they're kicking your butt. And you've got this $100 headset on, and I got him. I got that moth. He was flying around. And you got this $100 headset, which is Bluetooth, you know, it connects and everything, and you're still getting your butt kicked. But these kids, you know, sometimes their parents don't want to buy $100 headphones for their kids, because what happens when you get upset in the middle of a game? You rip your headphones off and throw them on the floor. I've done it many times.
Yep.
These right here are designed for plugging into your actual handset while you're playing, and they give good quality. I say good quality. They're okay quality. For what I use here, they're a little too loud for me. I mean, I can back my headphones down a little bit and take some of the tinniness out of it, but they do sound well enough. Like I would be okay with having these playing I don't know if I play how do I word this? When you go from a $200 set of headphones to these, me and you,
You're
Shayne,
gonna be able to tell the difference.
yeah, me and you, Shayne, we are spoiled. But for like those families out there that are on a budget, and they're like going, hey, you know, we need to get little Timmy something for his birthday or something like that. This is a great price point to get them, you know, a handset, or not a handset, a headphones that sound really good, good enough for game playing.
Yeah, they serve their purpose well, and you know, with that price point, that's probably the audience, or the you know, the customer that they're targeting is just affordable headsets. And like I said, if you break the things, or, you know, something happens, inevitably you get mad and throw them up against the wall and it breaks.
There's no throwing these against the wall. You throw these against the wall, terminal velocity will slow them down, and they'll actually float to the ground before they actually meet their target. I mean, they're very, very lightweight.
I mean, I would say these are the type of earbuds, if you want to pick up 2 or 3 pairs just to have some extras laying around too, you can kind of approach it that way. Well, I'm going to keep a pair downstairs, keep a pair upstairs. Depending on where you're gaming, that's kind of the next thing I'm going to try out is gaming. I just wanted to see how they operated in everyday use, just listening to music wise. Maybe a totally different experience when I use them for gaming, but.
Well, try those out next week. Yeah, try them out next week for a little bit and give me your review on that. I'll tell you what, when I go grocery shopping, I love wearing wired earbuds in my head because if you have a Bluetooth in there, so literally some old lady will come up to me and ask me a question, and this is all I hear. And I'm like, if I have these in, if I have a wired headset on, they're like going, oh, he's got headphones on. He can't hear me. Yeah, duh. The set that I currently have when I go grocery shopping, it takes me about, an hour to go grocery shopping, are the cheap $5 bin ones. And those are cheap $5 bin ones, but I don't mind. I listen to like news reports and stuff like that. That's how I get all my information, a lot of my information for this podcast. And these is a little bit more of an upgrade, and and the quality is probably 10 times better than the little $5 jobbies that I have right now. So I wouldn't mind taking these. I think these are going to be my new headphones when I go grocery shopping or when I'm out in public, because I don't want to wear Bluetooth because, one, if you wear the little Bluetooth that goes in your ear, I'm afraid of dropping it falling on the ground, me stepping on it. At least with the wire, it has somewhat of a tandem, some kind of tether if it pops out of my ear or whatever, but it does have these wraparound things for the ears itself. So I'm gonna
don't forget about your inline control there too. You can turn the volume up and down on those things.
Oh, can you? Hold on, let me try it right here. So hold on.
Yeah,
I'm sitting in a dark studio trying to do this. So, all right, let's go this way. Let's go. Is this louder? I can't see. It's so dark in here. I'm going up, going down. I can't see. I can feel the buttons. Oh, there. Oh, it's a slider. Sorry, I'm looking for. Up and down. I know. First day on this planet, I guess. That's mute. That's up. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I see. Yeah. So the mute slide up and down. All right. So that works. And so here's the good news, guys. All you listeners out there of DeaconLive, I've got about 5 extra pair here. If you go over to prophetradio.com, PROPHET radio, click on free swag, fill out that little section there, and pick out what kind of sticker pack you want. The first 5 people that do that, I will send you out a pack of these as well. And they come in this real nice hard case box. If you're watching this on the video, nice hard box right there. Comes with a little clip to hold the microphone or the cable to your lapel. And it's got the little silicone things and the earbuds or the ear things that wrap around your ears. I'll send this out to you as well. Only the first 5 people get these. And we'll cut this off at the end of May. So make sure you get in there and do that as well. I'm not going to get into the headphone or the ski mask. I'm going to take a little break and we'll get back to this little ski mask here. I'll give a review on that as well. So stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. You there?
Yes.
I will admit they're a lot cooler than temperature wise than wearing these things.
Oh yeah, they're not going to make your ears sweat.
Yeah,
I mean, they're not bad for the money, I guess. They were just, when I first put them on, I was like, oh, those are treble heavy.
Yeah, I could hear my the treble. I could hear my when I was talking in the headphones, but
yeah.
If
there's a customer base for these.
Oh yeah. So there, I'll put these. These are more expensive. I'm going to hand these out. These would be the $50 ones because they were in my ears. These are
autograph them.
Actually worn on the show.
Never mind the earwax on there.
Just do a DNA swab. You can recreate another one of me. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want something for free? Of course, we will give you something for free. And the way you do that is go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio, proud sponsors of Deacon Live. And there's a little section called Free Swag. Fill that little form out there. And for the first 5 people in the month of May, fill that out completely. And we will send you out a pair of these brand new headsets that I got from from GizmoLeague.com. That's GizmoLeague.com. I got a brand new set of headphones. I got 5 of them, all different colors and stuff. You can get yours just by filling out that little form. And if you'd like to purchase some, you get 10% off by clicking DeaconLive or filling out on checkout, right in DeaconLive upon checking. Get 10% off. Free shipping, by the way. Now, my wife found out, Shayne, that you got one of these headbands from Gizmo League. From Gizmo League.
Mad at you.
Yes.
Yeah.
From GizmoLeague.com. And she said, how come I didn't get one? And I said, well, just hold on. I will get you one. And sure enough, it came in the mail. Thank you very much. She snagged it right away. And if you're watching this here on the video, it's got the remote control on the front. It's a sleep mask. I'm going to take my headphones off real quick. It's a sleep mask. How do I look?
I don't think that's a sleep mask.
It is.
To be honest with you, I would, please go back and watch the video and look how goofy you look right now.
But the earbuds line up right with my ears. I mean, how did they know where my ears were on my head? It's
a sweatband. So you wear.
I feel like, you ever have a bird in the house, in a cage and you want to go to sleep, you just throw a blanket over. I feel like going to sleep now.
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting on you to swing at the pinata.
All right. So there's
there
my there. And it's weird. Yeah, it's got the little thing over here. Now I sent you the video as far as how to wash these things. Now these are for jogging. These are for like yoga and doing things like that. And you want to have, the music in your ear and you don't have to worry about it falling out. So you've got yours apart.
I do.
And don't forget, for every podcast we do, we have a matching video. Go over to YouTube as well. And you can see us here in the studio, me waving to you, you waving to me, Shayne over there from the This Is 50 podcast pointing at us as well. So you've got yours taken apart over there.
Yeah, so here's the innards, I call them.
All right.
The southern coming. So that's the control panel that's right up on your forehead. Then it's very simple setup, 2 wires with, your speakers on the end of them. One is longer than the other. Now, getting everything out is fairly straightforward. You just pull. Getting everything back in is going to be a challenge. I'll just go.
It looks like you ever pulled out a string on your sweatpants. You're like, shit. And you put a little safety pin on the string and you kind of work that safety pin back around the loop to get it back around to the other side. Is it kind of that way?
Yeah. So I'm going to give a little criticism on that one because it's, like I said, it's going to be very difficult to fish these things back through. If there's, there's a video on how to do it. How to remove everything so you can wash it, but I'm telling you, in my experience with these kind of things, it's going to be a little tough. Maybe a coat hanger or something if you come up with a little bit of something to get them back in there. But yeah, you're gonna. And then, like I said, one speaker wire is longer than the other.
All right. Does it say left and right on it, or
well, that's because you've got whichever particular ear. You got one that's going to take the short route because the speaker go the same way.
All right.
You don't have one that goes to the left, one that goes to the right. So you got one that doesn't have as far to go, and the other one has to go further to wrap all the way back around your head.
My wife was just so excited because, we're going on vacation and she wants to be able to sleep in the morning because we don't have to get up and do the horses and feed the horses and rotate the horses in the different pastures and get the, undo the chickens and feed the chickens and let them out of the houses and all that stuff. She's like, I want to sleep in. And she's like, as soon as I opened the box, she grabbed one of them. She's like, this is mine, and took off running. So I'll have again, Shayne's got his on if you're watching this here on the YouTube channel. So I think she's going to use it more for a sleep mask or sleep headphones, if anything. And, unless you're like sleeping out in the desert, I don't see these things getting too dirty to where you have to constantly take those speakers out. So hopefully with good care and stuff, they'll stay clean for a while.
So. Unless you want to exercise in them like joggers, these things are perfect for joggers. Runners.
In the wintertime, at least,
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're a runner and you're going to use them in the summer, and I think that's the intention of these things, is to soak up, wick up the sweat from your forehead while you're running. So
no, this is a good material. This would be a nice warm on your head. I know when Amy rides horses, she's got something like this that she puts her hair up and covers like the tip tops of her ears. So this will be interesting for her. So we'll let you guys know next week what my wife's review on those as well. Now, Shayne, speaking of snoring, your wife is a sleep. What is she? Sleep expert?
Snoring expert.
She's a snoring expert. No, what is her actual position at what she does?
Yeah. Do you want to know the full title of her credentials?
Yes, I do.
What's on her
business card?
Okay. Yes. She is a polysomnograph technologist.
And that means what?
Did you get that? She is a sleep specialist, a sleep tech.
So she does like the CPAPs and stuff.
So she does, yeah, she does sleep studies on people. So, and things have changed since the first time she did it. You know, it used to be you'd have to go stay overnight. They would put you in a bed. Now, here's the funny part. They put you in a bed, hook all of these wires up like they're checking for seizures. I mean, they would have wires all over their body, all over their head, their arms, their legs. And then they would say, you know, you can't have anything to help you go to sleep.
You got to do it naturally.
Wrap all of this, electronic wiring. Yeah. And here's all this electronic wiring all over your body with this glue that stinks that holds it all on. And you're in this strange place, awkward position. There's a camera right there in front of you because they got to be able to see you, physically see you. And then, oh, by the way, go to sleep.
So technically, you would look like me and you in the studio here with all the stuff and shit around us and all the wires running around us and the camera in front of our face. We can fall asleep right here, right? That's natural for us.
The only difference is their feet weren't in like the OBGYN stirrups like ours are.
Exactly.
Oh, you don't use those?
No, no. Well, right now in North Carolina, a study, don't need to talk to you. Snoring, it just doesn't disrupt your sleep. It also causes long-term health effects. Most snoring at a young age can cause deep sleep apnea and other health conditions. They can obstruct your breathing, which causes loud snoring. That can lead to breathing problems and restless night's sleep. Sleep experts have found out that you lose about 10% of sleep, or about 48 minutes per night throughout your life. Your brain ages about 2 years faster during this time. Oh, God. My brain is probably, I am in trouble. That means less sleep leads to quicker mental decline. Studies show about 1 in 5 people suffer from snoring, and only about 3% of them get treatment. That could include working out more, using a CPAP machine, or getting surgery to fix the obstruction of your nose and throat. Kind of get like that throat scrape. Have you had anyone or know anyone that's done that?
Yeah, you don't want to go the surgery route.
Why? What would the surgery route be?
No. Because it's pretty much a reconstruction of everything inside, like your upper palate of your mouth. They pull they like crack the bone in there. They pull it all out.
Oh, God.
Your tonsils come out. There's just so much trauma that goes on. And a lot of people have died from that surgery, to be honest with you.
Really?
It's tough. And especially, it's harder the older you are. It's so much harder to recover from. But the technology that's advanced so much in like the past 10 years, first of all, you do need to, snoring can kill you. What it does is at night, it causes your heart to work harder. So when you're sleeping, your heart should slow down, and it's actually getting its rest as well.
Oh, I take a lot of sleeping pills.
But if you have sleep apnea, what's happening is that your airway is obstructed for whatever reason. There's a couple of different reasons it could be obstructed. So what happens is your oxygen levels drop. So your heart actually has to work harder to keep your oxygen levels up while you're sleeping. Harder than it would when you were awake, because you don't have the apnea when you're awake. And what usually happens is you fall asleep, your muscles relax, your airway closes. But there's so much different types of technology out there now. There's actually an implant that they will insert like a pacemaker. and whatever it does, they feed the wiring and the probes and the electrical.
Is it under your skin?
It's under your skin and it's internal.
Oh.
And you just take this little remote and turn it on at night. And what it will do is send electrical signals to cause your muscles in your airway to contract and open up, and it holds them. Whereas the CPAP uses air, continuous air that flows in to hold your airway open. This little device will contract your muscles like a TENS unit. You know what a TENS unit is?
Yeah, I use that on my back. It's like 1,000 little fingers massaging my back all at the same time.
Yeah, so it's like an internal TENS unit that goes into... Sorry, some Jane's addiction going on in the background.
Somebody's at the door, Shayne.
Anyway, yeah, so it will use those electrical impulses to hold your airway open.
That's all right.
But yeah, it's if you don't get it looked at. Now, not everybody's snoring is dangerous. There's what's called a apnea index. So that's what that study's for, is to kind of see how bad it is. And if it's bad enough, then you need some sort of treatment, whether it be the CPAP machine or the impulse thing, which not everybody is eligible for that.
Isn't it?
And then they also make like a mouth guard too, that's supposed to hold your, reposition everything.
Right. Yeah. Pull your jaw forward and allow for more breathing and stuff. What about those Breathe Right strips? My wife always threatens to get me those Breathe Right strips that just slap on your nose. I'm like, how does that work? I don't understand how this little sticker on my nose, across the bridge of my nose, is going to make me sleep better at night.
Okay, we're going to do a little test here.
Here we go.
We're gonna do a fun little exercise. All right. Take a deep breath through your nose.
All right, right now?
Right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Now what?
Do you let it out?
Through my nose or through my mouth? Did I mess it up?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Do you know how to flare your nostrils? Okay.
Yeah.
Do this. Take your thumbs. Take your thumb on each nostril and just push up.
Okay.
Now take a deep breath in.
God, I look like an idiot.
Yeah, you do. Can you tell a difference? Can you tell a difference in the airflow?
My thumbs stink. Yes, I can.
I'm not sure about the thumb issue. You just might want to wash those.
But yes, I can tell a difference.
Yeah, it just opens up the airflow.
So I'm going to sleep with a rubber band. You ever seen Pee Wee Herman? I'm going to sleep with a rubber band on my nose, lifting my nose that way at night so I don't snore. Then problem solved. 25 cents, maybe a nickel cents, you know.
Well, that's what the Breathe Right strips do, because they got this little hard plastic thing in there that will flex open once you put them on, and it pulls your nostrils open just to get a little bit more airflow. And then you wrap your Gizmo League headband around, and you can listen to music and gently drift off to sleep.
All right, well, there you go. I went out to dinner the other night with some friends of mine on another podcast show that I do. We went out to my favorite Mexican restaurant, and this Mexican restaurant only serves 2 types of beers. They sell one.
Wait a minute, let me guess.
Yeah. All right. The one.
Modelo?
Yep. Modelo.
Modelo.
But what kind?
Probably just regular old Modelo.
The Especial.
Especial.
The golden one.
Gotcha.
And then the other one they sell is, for some reason, I don't know why.
You know, I would normally go with Corona, but for some reason I want to steer away from Corona.
It's an American beer.
It's an American beer.
And it's a light.
Got to be a Bud Light.
Yep. Actually, yep. That's what they sell there. And we all went out to lunch, late lunch the other weekend. And we're all sitting around the table, and I go there several times, probably 6-7 times a year. And they know me. Oh, yeah, Mr. Deacon, how are you? Bud Light? And I go, yeah. But there was, for a while there, they didn't have it. So I was like, all right, I'll do Modelo. I don't know what happened. This was way before the controversy. So I ordered a Bud Light. You should have seen all the heads at the table. We were about 6-8 deep. All the heads at the table turned and looked at me. Were like going, are you having a Bud Light? And I'm like going, yeah, why? They're like going, well, it's gay people and controversy and blah, 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 blah. And I took a sip and I grabbed the beer and I took a sip and I go, oh my God, this is delicious. I stood up. I had confetti in my pocket. I threw it in the air. It was all planned, though.
Just a normal Saturday night for me.
Exactly. But yeah, I had a Bud Light, and I heads were turning left and right, and I was like going, oh my God. I just thought it was so funny that one little episode and people are freaking out. You know, they only gave the transgender person the one can. They didn't sell it like national. It wasn't nationally produced anywhere. It was just, they sent that one. It'd be like Bud Light making a can with my face on it. And they're like going, here you go, Mr. Deacon. Here's for 250,000 subscribers. Here's a Bud Light can. We appreciate you. Now, here's the thing. I don't know if this was planned or not. As you know, I drink this right here, which is Busch Light. And they actually have a lot of great causes. Like they have a fisherman series. They have a hunter series. And a percentage of every case that you buy goes to the sarcophagers. It goes to it goes to the funding of whatever branch that they're doing. So right now, Busch Light has got these things. Can you read that right there, Shayne? What?
Looks like farm something.
It says farm rescue, and the can looks like a ear of corn. That's what it is. But I mean, maybe they're picking up the ball and running with it, saying, "Hey, look, we're actually doing something great with our product." All you Bud Light.
Hold on a minute.
Okay.
Hold on a minute before you get all righteous on everybody.
I'm not getting righteous. I'm just bringing up a point.
I know. Well, Busch Light, Anheuser-Busch, that's the same people that
it's all the same goddamn family.
It is. So Bud Light, Busch Light, the whole 9 yards. So why are they with one brand of their beer targeting one group of people, and then another brand of their beer targeting another group of people?
Because we are idiots and we don't know that these people are all owned by the same company.
You just nailed it. We're all sheep.
We're all idiots.
Yes. And that's the whole thing. It's like I saw something on social media today. It is AT&T. They're doing, some sort of transgender, blah, 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 support, transgender teens so they don't kill themselves. I don't look at that. Why don't you support, instead of coming up with an agenda, why don't you support teen suicide in general? Why has it got to be LGBTQ RESPECT?
No, they got their own. They got their own thing over there. There's funding in that already set aside for that. They don't want to link the two together because the funding and everything that's going on over there. I'm not going to get too political. It's already set up. You start putting someone else's. Oh, incorporate us. No. You go get your own thing. Don't worry about us.
Here's my suggestion. Beer, sell beer. AT&T. Sell the internet and your phones.
Right.
Let these businesses and their political causes are killing them. I'm not saying that it's wrong. And I don't have I have my own personal opinions about things, but I just think that businesses would be so much better off if they would just sell their products. And that's it.
But you have to understand.
But I know where you're coming. I know your background, advertising, radio, blah, 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 marketing, all of that good stuff. I get it. I totally get it. I'm just saying.
It's not only that. It's not only that, Shayne. Don't forget, AT&T and all these other people are lobbyists for whatever political party will do them the best favor.
Well, that's true. That's what I'm kind of getting at. Is it's not really on a personal level. It's on a political national level, and it's pandering. It's just look. Bud Light sucks anyway. It tastes like toilet water. It tastes like shit.
I can't tell the difference. Once you have three of them, they all taste the same.
I tell you what, why don't we just start marketing Bud Light to illegal aliens? How's that?
There you go. Problem solved. All right.
Yeah.
All right, guys, stick around. We got a lot more to get into, and Shayne's going to talk about why he hates roundabouts for some reason. One thing in the world that we have to argue about, he's worried about roundabouts. Stick around. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. There you go.
Was that too political?
It got a little deep. Yeah, it got a little deep there. I had to pull out. I had to pull up there on that one.
All right. I didn't know how far to go with that one.
That's all right. It just gives you an idea. I'm going to soften it by coming back and saying, you are from the This Is 50 podcast type deal. So,
okay.
That way I don't take credit for it.
I don't bring this motherfucker on here all the time now. Don't y'all get all crazy on me. Don't think he's going to be on here next week, too.
Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want to be heard? Of course you do. We'd love to hear from you. And the way you do that is go over to Prophet Radio, Prophet Radio. At the very bottom of the page says Be Heard. Click on that little icon right there. Opens up a microphone on whatever device you're listening to us on. You can be podcast famous. You can be right here in the studio alongside of us. Speak right into it. You can be anonymous if you want. Or you can say, hey, happy birthday, little Timmy. Happy birthday to my mom or dad. Or happy Mother's Day, everyone. You can do that as well, and we'll play it on the very next podcast as well. And joining us here in the studio from the This Is 50 podcast, we have Shayne McManus. How are you, Shayne?
Still here.
Yeah. Are you done with your
Haven't been run off yet?
Are you done with your little rant over there? You feel better now? You got that off your chest?
Yeah, just a little bit. I went and bought some Bud Light during the break.
So tell me why you were saying something to me. We were talking on the phone the other day, setting all this arrangement up of getting you on the show. You were saying something about you were driving your car and you had to go around a roundabout, and you said, "I hate these stupid things. These things are stupid." What do you have against roundabouts?
Well, first of all, you couldn't hardly say it. rounded to round down to the roundabout.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah. So listen, for those of you that are listening, I am from the South. I'm from North Carolina, if you can't tell by my voice. We didn't have these stupid roundabouts down here. I don't know what the origin of a roundabout is. What ignorant.
So
let me rephrase.
Hold on.
What roadworthy engineer came up with a roundabout?
So over in Europe, they have roundabouts everywhere. That's all they have. What?
Guess what? We're not in Europe.
You're America, damn it.
I want a straight shot to where I'm going. I don't want to all of a sudden have to go on a merry-go-round.
Figure out which direction I want to go.
Right in the middle of my journey to where I'm going. Oh, let's get all the drivers dizzy for a minute, and then we'll send them on their way.
Now,
like a spin cycle for your car in the middle of the road.
Now, Shayne, here, go ahead, keep going.
Well, I'm trying to. You asked me, so I'm just trying to figure out what is the point of a roundabout. Is it like a very technical, confusing speed bump?
It's not a bump
meant to slow people down.
Well, let me, and I'm going to elaborate on that. It's not a speed bump unless you're not.
Everybody listen, because here comes the wisdom.
It's not a speed bump unless you're not paying attention, and you blow right through it, and you hit that center median and fly right over through the intersection. I know a good friend of ours they put a roundabout on a street that she traveled for 30 years, and now there's a roundabout in that, and she was coming home late at night and driving 55 miles an hour. And came up to the roundabout and forgot it was a roundabout and drove right through the center of it, launched her car up in the air and flew down. And, she was injured and all that.
Mangled?
I don't know if she was mangled. The car was mangled, but still. So the roundabout, we as Americans, it's not going to catch on for another 50 years. We'll be long and gone. Cars will be flying. Roundabouts will be secondary as far as like road transportations. But they say that the roundabout actually prevents a lot of not stalling, but like idling. So if you pull up to a stop sign, 1, 2, 3, stop, and then you go, that 3 second of your car sitting there idling, gas, waste, it's a big formula for these roundabouts for the most part. And not for
environmental thing.
It's an environmental thing, and not for nothing. When you go to a 4-way stop, idiots, if you have not read the book, I'm a very, very I go by every single rule in the book for driving. When you go to a 4-way stop, who's got the right of way? All these other people that are at the 4-way stop with me, I know damn well that they are idiots and they have no idea who's supposed to go first. I go and I'll sit there and they'll wave, go, go, go. I'm like, nope, it's not my turn.
You know how to fix that?
How do you fix that? Put a roundabout in there.
Put a roundabout in there. These idiots don't know who goes first, so we'll put a roundabout in there that they can't navigate to make it even worse. Because here's what I see.
What?
You get into your little roundabout. So you're driving down the road, and here comes the roundabout. Then you start getting anxiety. It's like crossing that little narrow bridge. Oh God, here comes the roundabout. And how many people are up there? And how many are we going to be able to make this? Because I think I got a good idea of which tentacle of the roundabout I'm supposed to get off on. But if so and so over here doesn't move out of the way and get off on the right place, then we're gonna get caught up in the swirl cycle. And then, okay, all right, I'm into the roundabout. Here I go. There's my road right there. But here's this idiot over here is in my way, and I can't get off on the roundabout. Now here I'm stuck and I'm circling again. So you just end up going in circles. Now what does that do for the environment?
I'm trying to merge.
Constantly running around in a circle.
I'm trying to merge.
Yeah. So here, what ends up happening is you got 50 cars in the roundabout, nose to tail, just going in a circle. Explain to me, you throw that in the mix, and then the chick that ran right through it and mangled her car up, how is that better than just idling for 3 seconds at a stop sign?
All comments and complaint can be forwarded to Shayne McManus over at the This Is 50 podcast if you have any complaints or anything like that.
I'm telling you, nothing gets on my nerves worse than that. Nothing. And I want the person that signed the document that says we shall have roundabouts in America. I want that person here. I want him brought here. I like Cousin Eddie went and got the boss from Christmas Vacation and drug his ass back. I want him sitting right here because I got something to tell him.
Well, I won't bring up diamond exchanges.
Oh, dear. No.
I won't bring that up. That's a topic in itself. Why am I on the other side of the road?
Yeah, the traffic stuff, the engineers that are coming up with all this stuff. And what's happening is, if you don't know, Charlotte's just a really growing, booming area.
Right.
Used to be a little small place. So now, they're putting all of these roads and connectors and all this crazy stuff in. Well, us dumb hillbillies that have been living here for a long time now, they're freaking us out. We used to just drive straight and that was it.
Can't drive straight anymore. You got Bud Light out there.
You mean we got to turn our steering wheel now? So yeah, it's confusing all of us natives.
You know what?
I'm not the only one that feels that way.
You know what else is confusing is you were talking about buying beer at the store with self-checkout. And, you have to sit there and wait for someone. And so.
Well,
why are you confused about that?
Okay, well, it's freaking me out a little bit because you've heard all this talk about AI, artificial intelligence. Everybody's freaking out about artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
Right?
Chat GPT and all that. I use it all the time.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't, for you Bible believers, that's all leading to the mark of the beast kind of stuff. But so I go to the grocery store and, the self-checkouts are a really big deal now. That's something else that's new that you never saw before. By the way,
Roundabout's bad. Self-checkout good.
Well, possibly.
Okay.
Possibly. Because Walmart, okay, you come in here and buy our stuff and then you do the work.
I'm okay with that.
You come in and you buy it and you pay for it and you do all the work to get it out the door. And by the way, just as a parting gift, we're going to yank your receipt and look at it for 0.3 of a second and not have enough time to find anything that's not in a bag. But anyway, we'll get into that later. So I go to the grocery store and, the grocery stores have these self-checkouts, Walmart pioneered that kind of thing. So the grocery stores are starting to have them now. Well, I go to buy some beer yesterday and I go to the self-checkout and I go, here's your card and then here's your discount card, scan and blah, blah, blah. And, you got the mafia boss leaning up against the wall, just kind of watching what you're doing. So I go through the motion. Usually when you do a self-checkout and you're buying alcohol, somebody has to come over and put a code in and approve it.
I like when they put the code in and right before they hit, is this person over 40? They kind of do this little turn back to you.
Yeah, the little eye thing.
Yeah,
I don't want to look them directly in the eye, but I got to. So I was expecting that. I'm going through the motions, and it says payment method. I put my card in, do my PIN number, all that good stuff, and then it spits out a receipt. And I'm looking around, going, well, "What now? Nobody came over here and put a code in, and nobody verified my age."
So you bought the beer, and then nothing happened.
Nothing.
Really?
Nothing. Really. So I grab my receipt and I'm looking around like, waiting on somebody to come tackle me or something.
Did you look at the receipt to make sure that the alcohol was rung up? Like it might not have triggered it.
Wait a minute now. Let me get into the story here.
Oh, sorry. I get so excited. So excited.
I looked at the receipt and it said payment, and then down at the bottom it said age verified. I'm going, how? How did you verify my age?
And what?
So,
and this was a Walmart?
No, it was just a local. It was a grocery store.
Okay.
Just a list. It's a bigger grocery store, but not.
Well, what's the name of the grocery
Lion.
store? I want to go there.
Food Lion.
Okay, Food Line.
Yeah. Now I haven't seen that at any other Food Line except the one that I went to, which is in the middle of just a tiny little town. So I'm looking at the receipt and it said age verified, and I'm going, how? How did they verify my age? Well, I look up, and about a foot over top of my head, like a microphone boom, there's a camera. And, when they come up, and a lot of times, like you were talking about, they take a look at you as customer over age 40.
Right.
And they go, no, or yes, hit the button and move on. They didn't actually look at your ID. So now they're using artificial intelligence to look at people's faces to verify their age. And the computer goes, yeah, they look like they're over 18.
I think you see camera. You're thinking there's like some kind of computer behind that. No, there's a fat guy sucking on half-eaten donuts in a room and looking at you going, yeah, that guy's over 21. And he's just hitting a button. There's a guy in a room or a woman in a room. I don't care, man, female. There's someone in a room that's looking at you. Yeah. Oh yeah. Because they're watching.
It's the robots, Travis. It's the robots. They're coming. They're coming after you. They're coming after me. Now look, I'm fine with it because they let me buy beer. It's fine.
But
I'm not complaining.
Think about, like, it's an LP, loss prevention. They're sitting up there and they're watching, you scan these things all the time. So if they have the capacity to sit there and watch you scan to make sure you're not putting, a 90-cent sticker on a $2,000 TV and you're sliding it through there,
sadly mistaken, my friend.
They have the capability of going. There's had the capability of sitting there and going, yes, he's over 21. Go ahead and let him pass.
It's computers using algorithms. I'm telling you.
No.
They watch it's all computer, because look, that's what they're going to. They don't want to pay people to do that kind of stuff. What's the point if they've got 100 fat donut eating guys sitting in a room going, flag him real quick? No, it's artificial intelligence.
Bermuda Triangle, not conspiracy. AI guy not in a room watching you scan stuff, conspiracy.
Yeah, well, and if it were, people in there, that's the dumbest lot that they can find. It's just like, no, it's artificial intelligence. It's the same intelligence that came up with a roundabout.
All right, guys, stick around. We a couple more segments, and we'll let you get back to doing what you got to do. You're listening to DeaconLive right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back.
Well, that's not good. If your listeners are saying, man, I wish they'd hurry the hell up. I got somewhere I got to be.
It's funny. I always said that, and I never thought about it. And the guy I do the horse show with, his wife brought it up. She's like going, why do you say that? That sounds mean. And I go, what do you mean it sounds mean? I said, hey, let you get back to enjoying the rest of your day. Like this is a burden for someone to listen to the show. I'm like, I never really thought about it, but so I quit.
This is supposed to be a part of their day that helps them to enjoy it.
Exactly. Thank you for bearing on my side. Welcome back to Deacon Live. You want something for free? Well, guess what? We got a bunch of free stuff for you. The way you get that is go over to Prophet Radio, proud sponsors of Deacon Live. That's PROPHET radio.com. You'll see a little section that says free swag. Fill that out. And if you listen earlier in the podcast, we had these brand new headphones that were sent to us from gizmoleague.com. That's gizmoleague.com. I've got about 5 sets left here. And the first 5 people that go over there and fill out that little form, pick out whatever prize pack you want, and we'll include these headphones in your prize pack, and we'll send it out to you. Lickety split. I always try to say it, and I always stumble across it. And we'll cut this off at the end of May. So you have all the way till May to get these out to you, or get yours right now. And joining us here in the studio, all the way from This Is 50 podcast, we have Shayne McManus. How are you?
I'm still here. They're still letting me come. They let me stay in the building.
And we have security right outside the door there that's going to escort you downstairs because of we got the National Coalition of Roundabout people that that are really upset about you. So you can forward those comments over to This Is 50 podcast. Now, let's see, what are we going to do here? So you have insurance on your house, Shayne.
Mm-hmm.
Now, something in Florida is it's very rare that we have flood insurance, believe it or not, is not required in Florida. Like, we are not in a flood zone. Hurricane insurance is crazy. When Andrew came through in the late 80s, early 90s, and just destroyed Homestead, Florida, and just, swept its way through Florida. And then we had in 2004, I believe it was, we had Gene that came through. And then 3 weeks later, we had Charlie that came through. And then 2 weeks later, we had Francis that came through and just annihilated Central Florida. So there was an insurance company called Citizens, and Citizens was the only insurance company that you could get because it was state funded. So when you paid your taxes and everything, some of your taxes went to this insurance company called Citizens. So in 2005, 2006, 2007, if you're buying a home and you needed homeowners insurance, you had to go through Citizens. They were the only ones that were giving you a document, or a form, or a policy. Now, does home insurance cover a meteor damage? Here's what experts say. Now, just recently, a large piece of a meteor fell through a customer's house and landed on the floor. Now, the odds of a meteor falling from the sky and crashing into your house is really, really far-fetched. It's like putting 1 in 3.9 trillion as far as getting this. It's like winning the Powerball jackpot. As rare as it is, I'm screaming here, sorry. A meteor actually survived the trip into Earth's atmosphere is very rare. Smashed through the roof of a house in New Jersey in a town called Hopewell on this past Monday, according to local police and astronomy experts. This begs the question, does homeowners insurance policies cover the cost of the damage for meteors, asteroids, or any type of space debris that happens to fall from outer space and crash into your home? Now, we heard a couple of weeks back where China was like saying, this satellite's not working anymore, and so we'll just go ahead and cut it off and just let it fall to Earth. And sure enough, it fell, and it landed, somewhere out in the middle of the desert somewhere, but still, it could have fallen in someone else's place. Shayne, have you heard of a place called, I believe it's called, is it Nemo, something like that? You got a computer in front of you?
Yeah.
Look up where space debris falls in the middle of this ocean. There's a name for it. And what they try to do is they try to get these satellites and stuff to actually fall in this location because it's like the furthest point from any civilization at all.
I'm looking.
Take your time. So as rare as it is, a small Snoring meteorite crashed in through this roof. This begs the question whether homeowners insurance cover it. Based on the feedback from members and the industry, it seems that falling objects such as meteors or falling satellites would typically be covered by a standard homeowner's policy or business property insurance policies. Of course, it's always critical to read the policy and familiarize yourself with the inclusion that your policy may have noted, whether this is part of your policy as well. Now, I don't know if you know this or not, Shayne. Did you find the location?
Mm-mm.
Is it called Nemo? Where do satellites die in the ocean or something like that?
Let me look at this one. Nero. No, it's just something totally different. I don't know. I mean, it's not really point. It talks about, you look up where does space debris fall in the ocean. Well, it's everywhere. They just kind of try to time it. I don't know. So is there like a target?
Yeah, there's the
ocean where they want it to fall.
Yeah, it's like halfway between Africa and like Europe. There's a place that's absolute zero where it's exactly 1,000 miles from anyone's civilian wise location. Where does NASA send their space junk in the ocean?
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many different searches that you could put in there. Oceans or other. It just says oceans or other bodies of water.
No, don't worry about it. But yeah, I forget what the name is.
Yeah.
Now, this couple in New Jersey had this meteorite that fell into their house. And yes, their insurance policy, fortunately, was covered. The meteorite was covered as far as like getting a new roof. Now, here's the thing. One, some of your insurance policies will say something, act of nature or act of God. We don't protect against.
Shouldn't that fall under act of God?
Well, first of all, you have to define what an act of God is. Now, as far as like,
I guess you're just trying to figure out if it's a mean God or not so.
But now, I mean, and where are the limits, the term limits, as far as where God, his reign, starts and ends. So is it outer space? So a meteor comes from some other place. And here's the thing. The house in New Jersey has this meteorite, right? So screw the policy. Even if the policy does not cover the insurance, do you know how much 1 gram of a meteorite goes for on the market?
It's very, very expensive.
$1.2 million for a gram of a meteorite. And the meteorite that hit this person's house in New Jersey was 2.5 pounds.
Did they get to keep it, or did the insurance company take it?
Well, I would, if meteorite fell through my thing and, we sit there and look at it and we've determined that it's a meteorite, I'm not telling anyone. I'm going to get lawyers. I'm going to put this in my safety deposit box, and I'm going to find the highest bidder because, 1.2 million, you could buy, how many roofs can you fix for 1.2 million per gram?
Well, let me tell you how all that kind of crazy stuff works.
Okay.
You might get a meteorite through your living room, and there it is laying on the floor. And you would go, okay, I'm going to get lawyers. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get it done. The only way to get it certified is through the government.
Right.
Guess what happens?
What?
The government certifies it. Then the government takes it.
No, they can't take it. It's on my, it fell. It's a God gift. It's God's gift to me. I won the double power jackball thing. And now I've got this meteorite. And if you want this, you can come get it. Come get it. We'll certify it all day long. And if you want to buy it for me, well, then that's where we start talking.
Well, like I said, they're not going to buy it from you. They're going to take it because.
Why?
Do you want to know why?
Yes. Okay. Why would they take a meteorite that fell from the heavens?
Because when things fall from the heavens like that, they are concerned that they could contain some microorganisms or something that could wipe out the human race. So they will take it from you and test it.
They can give it back.
Set it up. You will not see it for decades. I promise you will not see it for decades.
I've heard stories of people that get meteorites and they're a millionaire now.
Okay.
They're growing a third arm out of their chest because of the radiation off of the meteorite, but still they're a millionaire.
Yeah, I don't know who they're getting to certify it, but if you want it, if you want it certified, you got to go through okay, I'll go with your theory. You can get it certified, but as soon as the government finds out about it, they're going to come take it. They're going to quarantine it.
That's fine. They can quarantine it, and then that's when you get the lawyers. That's when you get the lawyers involved and say, "Look, you've got X amount of time to get this certified, and then it needs to be back to me, or you can buy it from me. You can have it all day long. Just pay me what I'm owed. Give me my money. Where's my money at?"
Well, it sounds to me like you got a better chance of winning the lottery. So just keep buying those things. Keep buying the lottery tickets, because you know what will happen to you.
What's that?
It'll come through your roof and smack you in the head. Well, Travis got his meteorite, but he's dead. He's gone. And then your wife's going, wow, this was a good day.
No, God, no. One guy that didn't win the lottery is this North Carolina guy who fled from a traffic stop in North Carolina. I already said that. North Carolina authorities.
Are we talking about me?
No.
Are we talking about me now?
This guy probably blew through a roundabout. North Carolina authorities were assigned by an unexpected group of animals in the pursuit of a suspect last week. The Boone Police Department were conducting a routine traffic stop on Tuesday when the suspect fled from the scene from his car on foot. The suspect, Joshua Minton, abandoned his vehicle in Watauga County and ran toward an undeveloped area. Due to the suspect's fast and reckless driving, the officers were not close enough to see exactly where the suspect ran. Authorities were searching a nearby area when they were greeted by the local cows. The police said that the cows led them directly where the suspect was hiding. Apparently, the cows did not want the suspect criminal to be loitering in their pastures. The cows communicated with the officers as best as they could and finally just had the officers follow them to the suspect's location. So authorities arrested Minion on multiple charges, including felony, fleeing and eluding, arrest with a motor vehicle, driving with a revoked license, and disorderly conduct. So this guy was being chased by the cops, ran down the field and said, "I'm fine with all these cows around me." And the cows are like, "Boo." What is this guy doing in our field? Moo. But you know, horses are the same way. They're very inquisitive, and cows are the same way. If there's something new or different out there, you take you take a soccer ball and throw it in the middle of a cow pasture and watch those cows kind of walk over there and go, "What's this new thing? What's this new thing?" And sure enough, this guy was a new thing in their pasture, and the cows were like going, "Hey, I don't know what you guys are looking for, but check this thing out over here."
Ratted out by the cows.
And let them...
Jeez, oh, well, that sounds like my luck.
And the cows...
run into the cow pasture over here.
Now,
only in North Carolina.
I know, exactly, especially out there in Watauga County. Now, Shayne, do you know what a claw clip is?
I don't.
So
is that something? Oh, wait a minute. Let me take a guess.
All right.
Let me take a guess at it.
Claw clip.
Is it something that goes on a lobster's claw at like restaurants and stuff, so when you go to pick them out or handle them, they don't bite you?
No.
Nowhere close.
Nowhere close.
Okay.
So if you have long hair, especially females, you'll see these in their hair.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's kind of an 80s thing too.
Yeah, it's that almost like not like a banana clip, but it's kind of spring loaded. It's, depending on if it's 6 to 8 inches long and it's kind of curved and it's got like the little teeth like a Venus flytrap would have, right?
Yeah. Gotcha.
So this woman right here, a claw clip almost killed this woman.
I think I know this story. I think I know what happened.
So the claw clips are back in a big way, especially if you have long hair, but they are now potentially fatal, ? Seemingly a simple hair accessory is beloved by the straightforward in nature and the sophisticated appearance. However, one TikTok creator shared her dangers while wearing a claw clip while driving. This lady, named Ariel Elanons, posted a viral video about the devastating injury from a car accident she had could have been prevented when she had chosen not to don a claw clip on her head that day. The other creators commented on the section sharing similar stories about what happened to them. So here's what happened. In her video, which has over 1 million views, Ariel got candid about wearing a claw clip while driving that led to a severe injury. So don't forget, for every podcast we do, we have a matching... Oh, let me pause. Sorry there. Hold on, Ariel. We're not ready for you yet. For every podcast we do, we have a matching video. And if you want to see this video in real time as we're talking about it here on the air, go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio. Click on social contacts and make sure you like and subscribe to us over on YouTube. And you can see this video in real time as we're talking about it here. And I'm going to share the screen for Shayne so he can see this as well. So here we go. You see it, Shayne? See it?
I do.
Okay. So here we go. We're going to let her tell her story about what actually happened. So here we go.
important videos you watch in a while, and that is not clickbait. This is information that would have changed my life if I had it 6 months ago, and I hope you listen. So everyone pretty much knows at this point that I was in a car accident that left me with my back broken in 3 places back in November. What you don't know is that I was wearing a claw clip while I was driving. This claw clip.
And she's showing it as all mangled.
Because it prevented my head from going back when the airbag hit me, my back broke, my upper back broke. Almost on my cervical spine.
Jesus.
In 3 places. Thank God it didn't get embedded in my head, but that also happens for some people where they have to have it surgically removed from their head.
Jesus.
So homies, if you drive with a claw clip, please stop. You could break your back. You could get head damage. There are so many things. And you'd think this would break. This is like a Target purchase. Didn't, but I broke. Hope that helps.
So what she's saying is,
This may be one
she
of
was
the
sorry. All right, shut up, lady. So what she was saying is, I know, so mean to her. So what she was saying is that she got into an accident in her car, and she had this banana clip or whatever on the back of her head, claw clip. When the airbag went off, it prevented her head from hitting the headrest, which is supposed to do its job to keep you from doing like a backlash or anything like that. And it actually pushed on her spine, and she cracked her upper spine in 3 places. So now she goes through like physical therapy and all this stuff. She's got not a halo on. There's some kind of like, it presses up on your chin and holds your head straight. I don't know if they do halos anymore. You know what a halo is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where they have the little brass things that go into your forehead. They drill into your skull. And she's walking around doing like recovered surgery. Now, all right, claw clip. What if you got like a sucker, like you're an all-day sucker or lollipop in your mouth? The airbag goes off. Well, that's going to shoot right through the back of your fucking throat.
Mm-hmm. I'd be curious to see if she started a lawsuit, because that is the biggest steaming pile of bullshit I have ever seen in my entire freaking life.
What do you mean, big pile of bullshit? What are you talking about?
There's no way that claw clip is going to do all that damage that she's talking about. She's just looking for a lawsuit. She's looking for somebody to get some money. I'm telling you, it's just like there was some people that you've seen the metal cups with the metal straws. You've seen those things. Some dumbass had that straw. They were going to take a drink and they were driving in their car and they hit a bump or something. And that straw supposedly that metal straw went up their nose and pierced their brain and killed them. Come on.
What are the chances? Meteorite comes through your roof?
Yeah.
Metal straw up your nose? Claw clip on your head? I mean, roundabout, fly over a roundabout, going into the trees.
I mean, we know.
Running from cows? I mean, Shayne, the whole show is based on what if.
Yeah, I mean, we're living in a society of people that are just looking to blame someone. How about you being stupid? Why did you have an accident? Did you do something? Were you driving bad? What's the deal there? We don't get that story. We just want to hear. She just wants to tell us how bad this claw clip is. Oh, this is just
easy for you to say.
Yeah. She didn't disclose that she'd had 14 beers when before she drove home. Somebody's just always looking to blame somebody for something.
I don't think she was blaming. I don't think she was
sue the claw clip. She's suing Dollar Tree. Damn it!
Dollar Tree's going down. I think she said in the video she said that she bought the thing from Target. So
okay, well, Target, you're a target.
Yeah, they got lots of lawyers. She doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah, I just think she's after some money, honestly.
No, why? Because if she was, she wouldn't have to post that video.
No, she's posting the video to get it out there so everybody will get on her side. She's building her coalition.
Her building her case.
Yeah. Yeah, she's built, and then that way when Target wins, then she's got all these people on her side to just raise hell.
I think you're reaching.
Protests in the street.
I am
over claw clips.
So reaching, Shayne. She's just saying, be careful what you have on your head. It might blow your brains out when you get into a car wreck.
Okay.
All right, guys.
Wow.
We appreciate each and every one of you for downloading us, listening to us, being part of the show. Make sure you go over to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio. Get yourself something for free, and don't forget the whole entire rest of the month of May. We have these headphones. the AK6s that were given to us by GizmoLeague.com. That's GizmoLeague.com. Go over there. And if you miss out on this free opportunity, don't worry. You can buy yours at 10% off just by typing in DeaconLive when you check out and get 10% off. Free shipping on those, by the way. And we also have, I'll give you a review next week on these headbands when we get back from vacation. All right, guys, on behalf of Shayne from This Is 50 Podcasts.
Yo. Thanks for having me.
My name's Deacon saying goodnight and good night. There you go.
Okay.
Écoute-moi.
Stupid woman.
Fucking woman driver.
I'm like, God, you want to talk about me reaching? She's reaching.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But she was just saying, hey, look, this is what happened to me. I had this in my hair, and now I have the 3 broken ribs and spinal fractures and stuff. Be careful out there, girls. Girl power.
I think you had the spinal fractures and 3 broken ribs from the wreck.
Yeah, exactly.
Not the claw clip.
Yeah, the claw clip. Yeah.
That was just an innocent bystander. God, these millennials, I swear.
Oh.
Any excuse to do a TikTok video, right?
Millions of views.
God, bless her heart. At least she's pretty.
Yeah.
You're going to go a long way, honey. You're pretty.
You don't see a toothless woman going, I was in a car wreck and this is what broke my teeth out. No. The 4 crack pipes you were smoking is what broke your teeth out.
Yeah. And they're still embedded in my skull to this day, and I can't stand it.
I want restitutions.
Restitution. All right. Murder and coffee. How am I going to do this?
Give me 1 second. Let me open up another track. Oh, let's turn this one off so you don't record on that one. And let's add an audio track and then record. And however you want to do it. I'm going to turn my mic down a little bit so I'm going to give you full attention. Let me know when you're ready. Hold on, let me turn the video off.